everyone, I'm Dr. Laura Bellis, naturopathic doctor and believer that getting healthy does not have to be hard. In today's video, we are going to talk about a very important vitamin that vegans and vegetarians do not get, and for those of you that are taking it in general, you need to know a few things about how you can best absorb it. I'm talking about vitamin B12. We get vitamin B12 from animal products, but if you're vegetarian or vegan, you either don't get any or you get extremely low amounts. B12 is responsible for nerve health, brain health, heart health risk, and energy, metabolism, all the wonderful things that our body does on a regular basis. So as you can imagine, vitamin B12 is very important, which is why a lot of people are already taking it. So let me tell you a few things about B12 and maybe what you don't know, and take a look at the bottle that you have now at home and see if it meets these criteria. So the first one is make sure that B12 is in the active form. So that means the B12 form that should be listed on the ingredient label should say methylcobalamin, or just look at the bottle and see if the name starts with an M. And this is the active form of B12 that's better absorbed, better used by the body. Always check the injectable form of B12 that you're getting as well. So methylcobalamin is the preferred form of injectable B12, but almost always not the form that you'll get from your regular doctor's office. Second is the way in which you take your B12. So B12 is injected in the upper arm, and that's a great place to get it in a higher dose over a short period of time. But if you're taking B12, make sure you're going to take it orally under the tongue. So if you're not doing injections, orally dissolved under the tongue is the best way. That way it goes directly into the bloodstream and your body can actually use it. What's the problem with tablets is that our digestive systems are actually pretty compromised. Whether or not you want to admit it, the reality is most of us have a hard time breaking down hard tablets, and our body, specifically our digestive tract and stomach, needs certain enzymes specifically for B12 to be working optimally. So it's kind of like a double negative for B12 when you take it versus the other supplements that you can take orally. So when in doubt, just opt for an under-the-tongue sublingual version of methylcobalamin. And the last thing to consider is, are you getting enough? So make sure that you get your B12 levels tested, and if you're in the normal range, that may be okay for you, but if you're having any signs and symptoms of fatigue, anxiety, or you have a heart disease risk, always make sure your B12 levels are in the high end of normal. But as naturopathic doctors, we often like to see the B12 ideally above the normal range, in and around that 700 level. So I hope these tips have been helpful. If you're currently taking B12, maybe you can switch or modify the way you're taking it so that you can get maximum benefit. And if you're not taking any and you're a vegetarian, vegan, or rarely eat meat and animal products, please consider these tips and stock up on this very important vitamin.